With Robinhood Gold, you don't need a silver spoon to eat up the financial favors of the 1%. Robinhood Gold allows the resourceful individual to earn the very liberal rate of 4.5% APY on uninvested cash and be rewarded with a handsome 3% retirement boost on an IRA account. Robinhood Gold provides the privileges of a high net worth for any net worth for just $5 a month. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Terms apply. For product-specific disclosures, visit Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rate may change. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Well, we're back. With us today is Charlie Gasparino with his fabulous new book, Go Woke, Go Broke. Charlie, what the heck is going on with interest rates on the markets? The Fed lowers interest rates. The interest rate market just keeps going the other way.
Well, John, as we were talking on your weekend show, the Fed doesn't control interest rates, really. The interest rates are, I mean, it can do certain things, use its balance sheet to buy and sell bonds, it directly controls short-term rates through the Fed funds rate. But in reality, there's a bond market out there, and that's a bunch of traders, and whatever the Fed does, if they don't like what the Fed does, they can do something different. And right now what you have, and I mentioned this on your show, you have a dichotomy going on. I know the markets were off today, but a lot of that is probably profit-taking as well. But you have a very bullish stock market trader, right? They think deregulation from Trump. They think lower taxes, free markets is good for stocks, which it is. But then you have a bond market trader that's really skeptical of some of Trump's policies. They worry about the deficit. Which means you have to print more money. Essentially, if you have a deficit, you have to print more Treasury securities to pay off that shortfall, and that causes interest rates to rise. Also, trade. I mean, this is a thing. I mean, there are worries that tariffs will cause inflation or a tariff war. And I think, and I told Larry Kudlow this the other day, that the Trump administration or the sort of transition team right now should really go out there. And I know they're busy with, putting people in a cabinet. These are big decisions, but they can't, freak about the markets. But these markets could get pretty hairy if you convince bond traders that we're going to have inflation because of tariffs, and the stock market could decline rapidly here. I mean, that's not out of the ordinary, because particularly if that 10-year gets to around 5, where is it right now? 4.7, 4.8.
It's getting up there every day. It goes up a little bit more.
That's a problem. They got to convince.
In other words, does the Treasury have to raise the number because they need to sell more?
Well, I mean, first off, let's be real clear. The Biden administration, Janet Yellen, did something really irresponsible. She was loading up so as not to blow out the 10-year yield, which is where mortgages are based off of, and credit card rates and everything else. So not to do that, we were rolling over a lot of short-term paper. I could see them right now, while they're in office the next 2 months, screwing up the markets by starting to issue more longer-term debt to pay down the deficit. And that will, combined with fears over a trade war, that could really kind of do some bad stuff to the market. So we're in a little bit of a perilous, where everybody was very enthused by Donald Trump getting in there, and it's much better than the alternative. But there could be some headwinds here market-wise, so just be prepared for that.
Governor Pataki.
Charlie, it's George Pataki. Switching gears completely from interest rates to DEI, your book, Go Woke, Go Broke. Is that era where every single fund and company in America, it seemed, had to have a massive DEI component, is that over?
I think so, or it's coming to an end. And here's why I think it is. I mean, if you notice, I know a lot of the lawyers surrounding Trump, and they're adamant about this, that they believe the Supreme Court, when they ruled against affirmative action, that was based on, I believe, Title 6 of the Civil Rights Act, which is public accommodations. I might have my titles mixed up, but just bear with me here. They believe that the Title 7, which is employment, is identical to Title 6. So if you're interpreting one title as you can't discriminate based on race, you're going to have to interpret the other one the same way. So that means that this thing is DEI is illegal right now, and the Civil Rights Division of the Trump administration could, if an employee sues, could join that suit as they join other suits. That is a very big possibility. I also think there could be something much more dramatic. I mean, people are talking about some sort of I know people that are up for various department heads, agency heads are talking about getting rid of DEI in federal contracting, which sort of bleeds down into the corporate level. So on top of it being illegal, on top of the fact that the average American hates it, I think it's on the way out. It'll never be totally on the way out. I heard Jamie Dimon of J.P. Morgan the other day saying, he still loves diversity. He wants, it's a huge thing. I mean, listen, we all want diversity. That's not the question. The question is, are we going to have a functioning meritocracy?
Ask Jamie Dimon, do you hire somebody that's not qualified to pursue diversity?
I've been there with him round and around.
What did he say?
They have various, we get a very diverse pool, and then we go from there. And it's just, it makes no sense.
It makes no sense. I mean, I tell you, you hire people that are qualified. That's it.
And the other thing is, I told him this. Well, his people this. I didn't tell him directly. I'm supposed to speak with him soon, believe it or not. But I told his people this. I said, what I don't understand is you guys are a platinum member of the Human Rights Campaign. You know what the Human Rights Campaign is? A far left activist groups that, pressures companies to do all this woke stuff. You guys are like a platinum member. They're not just a far left advocacy group. They actually went out and campaigned against Donald Trump. Why would you be associated with a group that is that political? I mean, are you associated with the NRA? I asked that. I mean, I don't know. We think of a right-wing group. They're not associated with any of those, but they're associated with something as left.
I think the people in the United States of America are entitled to the quality of life. And when you import 13,000 killers and 500,000 criminals, that is treason on the American people.
I agree. It's really bad what happened the last 4 years. And, these major institutions, supported Kamala Harris and supported DEI and supported these groups that support that sort of thinking, that we have to import people from around the world when we got gazillions of poor people already here. I mean, it really is unbelievable.
Charlie, it's Richard Weinberg. Didn't they back off and take a knee during Black Lives Matter riots 4 years ago? And they went on apology tours and started throwing hundreds of millions of dollars?
I'll tell you a funny story about that. So I'm writing the book, and I'm like, I fact-checked the whole book. And I said, okay, I'm putting in here how Jamie took a knee when he visited the Mount Kisco branch, which George is from that area, neck of the woods. It's in Westchester County. The Mount Kisco branch of J.P. Morgan Chase, and he took a knee. And, and at the time I remember calling him and saying that he's supporting Black Lives Matter, and you guys didn't deny it. You guys were like, yeah, write what you want. So they wanted that out there. And now, if you read the end of the book, when I talk about how woke is reversing, they say, oh, no. He didn't take a knee to support Black Lives Matter. He was taking a knee just so he could fit in the picture and did not obstruct the people behind it.
Okay, we will find out someday. One quick question.
Charlie,
from Governor
important economic question to me personally. You mentioned we're both from Northern Westchester. You used to drive by the Pataki farm stand in Peekskill. You never stopped and bought anything. What was the problem?
I did. I remember. I went there once. Your father was
We want the receipt. We want to see the receipt.
Do you have a receipt?
We want to see the receipt.
Guys,
Charlie.
we got to go on a break.
You know what it was? It was near the old Peekskill beer distributor, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's
why you were headed there for the beer, not our corn.
Charlie, thank you for coming on, guys. And we're going to.
Well, I know it.
Thank you so much.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.